Open doors to loaded gun. Break them down and it's just begun. Feel the fire as I come undone.
Yes, he just walked in.
He's right there.
He is.
You know, we saw
GSL
NADA.
champion.
We saw NADA walk in a little bit ago. We're going to be casting his game in a second here. Welcome back to the GSL. There's something wrong with my headset. It keeps coming up in my head. Welcome back to the GSL.
Maybe there's something wrong with your head, Tasteless.
No, my head is a perfectly shaped egg, like an egg-shaped thing. You know, human heads aren't circles; they're egg-shaped.
Mine's a circle.
Yours like a perfect.
Actually,
circle.
I have like, you know, the movie Alien.
Yeah.
My head is basically shaped like an alien head. It's like got all this long brain back there. You guys can't see it because I look straight at the camera.
That's why you have that.
When I
long
turn my head too
mohawk.
much, it's like you're like, oh my god! It's like it just comes out way out here.
You're like knocking props over here and stuff. You turn like this and hit me in the face. We're back here at the GSL. We have Line against NADA. Now, Line has had a lot of success here in this specific GSL, the Super Tournament, which, of course, has the most money in this in all of our GSLs. But NADA is NADA. Is NADA. So this is going to be tough for Line. NADA, one of the favorites here. We call him the Renaissance Nerds. And you're like, well, we'll talk about Line first. Let's give this guy some credit. Artosis, take it away.
Here is the guy that knocked out Jinro. So he's knocked out one fan favorite. Maybe he'll knock out another here.
He could.
But he also took out
ZeNEXLine,
who normally is pretty good ZVZ, man. Don't have a lot of complaints about his ZVZ. Pretty excited to see how he does against NADA.
Well, I mean,
coming up and up and up.
Beating Jinro. Jinro is one of the best Terrans we have out here in Korea, despite him being Swedish. I mean, he's one of the best players in the scene.
Yep.
So, but you never know. I mean, we see these guys, and we always want to say something like, oh, well, he's not NADA. He's going to lose. But then
people knock out NADA every season, Tasteless.
Who knows? Maybe Line is going to be the next GSL champion.
Maybe he's the next in line to be knocked out by NADA, though.
He could be.
Well, let's take a look at the sickest nerd in the world.
No, it's not.
Maybe he is. Who knows?
He pulls a mask off Mission Impossible style. It's NADA. We're like, oh.
Forfeits against real NADA.
There he is. So we call this guy the Renaissance Nerd. A lot of people have messaged me on Twitter, be like, Tasteless, why do you do that? Well, because NADA, just like in the Renaissance period, we had Renaissance men who were like good at all sorts of things.
Yeah.
This is the Renaissance Nerd.
He can do anything.
In really great shape, charming guy, great sense of humor. He's good at StarCraft.
He has all sorts of fun facts about whales.
Yeah. You know, he's great at pogo stick tricks.
Pogo stick tricks are pretty hard.
No, they're not easy, you know?
But seriously. Skateboard? Look at that shirt.
Look at that.
Like it. A lot of these teams
Where'd he get
come out
that?
with nice shirts.
That's fashionable. I'm just saying, you know, if I walked to the club there, I'd be cutting people in line and stuff.
Well, he's not if you do that anyways.
Yeah, he'd probably get in there for free. Oh, my God, there's Nesties in there. Oh, never mind, back to this game. Now, both these guys, almost 50-50 with their last games. Now, I know we have these recent 10 sets. Remember, guys, when you're this deep in a tournament, it's pretty hard to have anything other than 50-50.
Yes.
Sometimes you even see, 7 wins, or 7 losses, 3 wins, but almost nothing else than that. If you're this deep in the tournament, you have 9 wins and 1 loss, it's like, what?
Yeah, you're actually like a sicko. But, NADA is a sicko, Tasteless.
He is.
And this is actually a guy that is wanting a GSL championship. He wants one bad.
Oh, he needs it, man. I mean, this guy is such a champion.
And if he could win one tournament, I think it's this one he'd want to because, of course, this has a huge prize.
Well, here's the thing about NADA is he likes money. And we have a lot of money for first place. All right, now onto this map. Map plural, maps. Terminus, crevasse, and dual site.
Notice that NADA did remove Belshire
He's
Beach.
not a beach guy, much more of a mountain man. And over here, we see ZeNEXLine Fortress. He'd much rather, hang out in the caverns in a natural area. Not so much ZeNEXLine-made stuff out there. But Terminus Re, that's going to be an interesting map for this CVT. It's pretty big. Dual site will be interesting as well. I think that, but I'm most interested in this Terminus map. Now coming in here, it's game time. Line against NADA. Head-to-head, NADA. One of the favorites in the world, not just in StarCraft 2, but in esports. Line, the underdog. the dark horse, if you will. Can he do it? Can he pull through and take out this Titan? Let's find out here at the GSL Super Tournament.
ZeNEXLine versus oGsNaDa.
Down here in the bottom center, we have the red Zerg. He is
ZeNEXLine.
There he is. Up here at 9 o'clock on Tournament Ro16.
oGsNaDa.
You like my sound
All right,
effects?
I'm back. That was great.
Yeah?
You're a natural, Artosis.
Thank you. I thought so too.
Want to give a little shout out to Wolf for bringing me some pizza.
Yeah, he brought me some pizza too, man. We're pretty hungry.
He came in on a
He's
little
a good
motorcycle with a Domino's hat on.
When he's not solo casting for a week straight, he likes to deliver pizzas.
That's hard to do, man, that solo casting he did. Anybody who gives him any crap needs to actually understand how hard that is. Because I did solo
It's very
casting for
difficult.
StarCraft 1. A lot of people actually, it's so funny when we meet people at and a bunch of people are like, how did you get into this? I'm like, well, I did StarCraft 1 for. They're like, you did StarCraft 1?
Yeah,
man.
They're like,
Tell me
there
what-
was a StarCraft 1? I'm like, yeah, man. Why do you think it's called StarCraft 2?
I did solo casting for StarCraft 1 every weekend for the Avertech Intel Classic.
I remember I watched you every
Yeah,
weekend.
man. You had your pom-poms out.
I did.
Now here we are together. But I got to tell you, that is the most wearing, difficult thing I think that there is as far as television is concerned. I'm not even joking. If you were to cast GSL by yourself, no writers, no teleprompter, that's
pretty difficult.
That's tough. The only thing that could make that harder would be if you had to observe, but that is very difficult.
Yeah,
a lot of
oh my
people
God.
in esports don't realize that some of the things that casters have to do is actually so insanely difficult compared to what most people in TV are doing.
It's very true. This is live unscripted television.
It's live unscripted television, dude, for several hours.
We come up with new jokes every day, man.
Yeah, man.
Well, actually, that's just us being goofy. It's
That's
hard,
just
man.
us on the 10-minute subway ride when I say shit and we're like, let's use it in the cast. I'm going to do this and you say this. Uh-oh, there's a Tastosis spot. You know, if you ever get bored on this map, you can basically just treat it like Where's Waldo, all right, and just try to find the Tastosis spot. But see, the Tastosis spot is smarter. It doesn't wear that cane with the little striped shirt.
It actually tries to blend in. Kids hate this game. So anyways.
Did you ever play Where's Waldo as a kid?
Yeah, man, I loved Where's Waldo.
Yeah, it's actually
I had a
good
lot of
game.
the books, actually. Now, Nada has actually made a Macaraxis game.
And
so he is going to be putting on a lot of pressure. You know, he almost always does.
I love this build he does. It's actually the same build as what we've seen before. Sorry, go ahead.
But Nada's hiding it this time because he's realized, hey, I do 2 barracks every time and people know it. So this time he has hidden one of them. But he keeps on showing all the Marines, so I think Line may know. He just may know, Tasteless.
Well, we'll see.
Oh,
I mean,
it looks like... No, we're not going to see any more
he'll
aggression.
probably wall that in with a 3rd barracks.
Yeah.
Oh, see? There he goes.
We're like looking at my screen.
I know. I hate it when we accidentally do that. We start to cast up your screen.
Yeah. And it looks like Nada going to go right into 4 barracks. Interesting. Getting double gas.
I think this may be
Should
similar
see
to
a
what we see
timing
SC
pressure.
do. Yeah.
I wonder if he'll go into 8 racks. That would be that'd be pretty surprising if he actually went into 8 racks. But I think, you know, a 4 racks pressure coming up. Whether he waits for stim or not, whether he waits for combat shields or not, sometimes you can just hit this funny amount of Marines where it's like, well, you know, I can send my SCVs if I want to buffer or whatnot, and it can do a lot of damage. Well, we do see a lot more Marines being made, a bunker going up. Speedlings do abound for Line, who is breaking through these rocks. Meantime, he is getting a Baneling nest, so very, very smart move right there. And, uh-oh, Nada peeking out. Doesn't like what he sees, though.
Yeah,
It's
Nada
like
has to
peeking
be
under your
careful.
bed and you see the boogie monster.
You actually see the
You're like,
monster. You're like, oh!
You go back up in the bed and wrap up tighter, man. That's what he's doing, going back
The
into his
Boogie Monster's
base.
like changing into your bed. He's like awkward.
Well, we see the rocks going down. Stim upgrading.
We now have the Lings continue to dart around out here. It's always great to tear down the rocks outside that third base because it just forces Terran to be more defensive. Now, Zerg sees the 3 bunkers, but he doesn't see the tech lab and the additional barracks. I'm sorry, did I say bunkers? The 3 barracks, but he doesn't see that 4th one with the tech lab. Now, there's no way for Zerg to guarantee that Terran is going to be aggressive here. There's a lot of different builds you can do from here. We've even seen Terran players wall in and not make Marines and go mech after 3 barracks. In this case, it's obvious he is making Marines because the barracks light up. There's an animation when they do that. Oh, there's a little arrow telling the creep where to go.
This seems unfair that the map would help Line. Is the
I
map
know.
helping Nada?
No.
I don't see any arrows, man.
He doesn't need help, man. He's a Renaissance nerd.
He does have some cautionary signs around where the Zerglings may be.
Yeah, that's true. Caution. No, it says operations.
Well, there's another one further out that says caution. If I was a Zerg player, I'd definitely put Banelings there. And when I blow them up, I'd be like, it warned you, dude. I warned you.
You read the label, man?
Yeah, read the sign. Might save your life. You know, I like Line's creep spread so far. He already has 3 Tumors out, which is pretty good.
You know, Lion is a very good player.
Well, yeah.
It's just like he gets overshadowed by somebody like Nada. Combat chill, by the way, on the way. Excuse me.
Blair is just finished for Line. He's getting centrifugal hooks. Of course, that was our hooks that Baneling uses to grab onto the ground and roll itself even quicker.
Stim now completing. Siege tanks on the way.
And he's getting a lot of Lings right now, Tasis, as he starts a Spire. It's going to be a little bit quicker Spire than we see from players like Lucira, but still going to be very Ling and Baneling heavy, which I totally subscribe to this type of Zerg. Fast mutas can be nice, but you have this extra measure of safety by going for a lot of Lings and Banelings first. And sometimes your opponent will even be like, well, there's no mutas, I don't really need as many turrets. Then you pop out the mutas, suddenly he's like, oh, booey.
Okay, here comes the medevac. Over this 4-nipple building.
And ready for him with some Lings.
I can't believe you dropped there. Whoa.
Yeah. That queen hates one of those Lings.
I know.
And does get rid of the one she hates.
The Zergling's going, mob, mob! He gets beaten down. Well, this is good. You know, when we were at MLG, one of the things I really noticed that I really admired about MMA was he would just fly around the map, just drop it under Overlords. You know? I was like, actually, that's great.
Yeah.
We don't see enough of that.
This map, sometimes a little bit harder. Line has put all his Overlords.
No, there's
around
no way to do it on
over
this map.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just...
I'd give my Marines magnetic boots, make them walk out on the medevac and kill those Overlords. I don't know, man. I think it'd be a great Terran player with things like that.
Here comes the push.
Indeed it does. One Mutalisk being produced, a lot more, well, he has a lot of Mutas already. Not a lot of Banes, though, because he has produced so many Mutas. But he's making 20 more Lings. 120 supply for Line. 115 for Nada. It looks like Line is going to do a counterattack, Tasteless. And this could be great. If Nada does not have that bunker load...
Oh, he's ready for an interception here. Nice cover in there. Medevac gets away. Mutas takes some damage. We're still getting a shot of the Mako reactor over there at the bar upper right.
Nada with a nice setup. But you got to be careful how long you sit in the middle. If Line ends up doing a sick flank, then gross things could happen.
+1 attack here. And, well, we'll see if the Mutas can do much more damage. Lion is taking this the right way. He wants to make sure Nada doesn't just keep walking forward.
This is such an interesting style. It's so contrary to like Lucira's style, where he'll make almost all Banelings with his gas. We're seeing almost full Mutalisk production and a lot of Speedlings just to suck up minerals. So we're going to see an insane amount of Mutas. I think this is going to have to be counter